Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is episode 128 in the Throwback Thursday series I'm doing using old makeups. Not ooky old, just not talked about old. And today's palette is definitely an older one. I'm gonna kind of cover up most of the words in case there's littles reading this, but it's the F Off palette from BH Cosmetics. I have not used this one yet. I really like the color story and I was looking for a palette to use this morning, and this like sort of shiny metallic green shade just was like, pick me. So who I'd argue with an eyeshadow that's talking to you. So I figured that green and the purple matte in the upper left-hand corner and the neutral shades could make a really pretty look. So that is my plan. I'm very excited to play with this palette finally after all these years. So I'm going to quit yammering and get into the video. If you're not subscribed yet, you totally should. I think we're having a really good time here. I'm actually going to film another video after I get this one done, if it comes out okay, talking about my YouTube, which will be up before this one, so you already know, but okay. Anyway, let's just start playing eyeshadows. Shadow shields? I think I do. I want to go for like big dramatic eyes today. I'm going to show you this part in case you are interested. If you don't have shadow shields like this, butterscotch tape will work, which if you're new is just scotch tape. Don't try to Google butterscotch tape, you're not going to find it. Eyeshadow tape, I think maybe washi tape, anything that's not like super sticky, and if it's very sticky, take some of the sticky off on the back of your hand so it doesn't hurt your skin. So I cut off the curved edge. Try to make it as straight as possible, that way the line is straight when I take the shadow shields off. You can see I just cut the curved edge off, and that goes in the garbage. And then I cut the shadow shield in half. Like that. So I can put one here and one on the other side. So I'm going to do that real quick. I will just quickly mention that depending on your eye shape, your age, the look that you're going for, all the things will definitely kind of affect where you put the shadow shield. So sometimes you can put it like way up high if you're looking for that effect, or when I do it, I typically follow this down here, because when I look straight ahead, this hangs down a little bit farther on that side. So I go below all of my wrinkles here, and I kind of go up, but not super slanted. I want my eyes to look bigger and tip up a little bit, but mostly I'm going for bigger because my eyes are really small. There's not a lot of area to put eyeshadow on. So let me whack on the other one real quick, hopefully get them even. Okay, I think that's pretty good. It's never gonna be perfect. I'm not an expert, but I feel like for these shenanigans, this works out pretty well. So now going in with that dark purple shade called Beat It. And I'm going to put that all in this area. This is going to be pretty much the darkest shade. I think I will go in with the black just along like the wing area out here before I take off the shadow shields. Sometimes I like just whatever color that I'm using to be the wing, faux wing, whatever. And then sometimes I think it looks a little better if I use something even darker. Just a little bit really kind of makes a difference. So yeah, I have tried Annette's winged eyeshadow look for hooded eyes once, and I liked it. I just haven't done it again, but I'm going to. I feel like it's kind of what I do now, only a little bit more structured. So I'm just going to continue building and blending. I think this is going to be like my dominant color. If I can use the same shade to blend it out, that's perfect. If not, there are the neutral shades that I can use. But just as less and less is on my brush, I'm gently swiping it in. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty darn good. I am just going to keep blending and add more and blend and add more and blend until I get it the way I want it. So, and every time I go in for more eyeshadow, I start where I want the darkest parts to be, and then I'll start blending out further. I don't want to go in straight after going into the eyeshadow, because then it'll be very, very dark, and that will be really hard to blend out, and it will blend out a lot farther than I want it to. So slow and steady, generally speaking, wins the race. That, I think, is pretty good. I'm just going to fuss with this a bit. And I think I do want to use some of the lightest, like off-white shade. It's called K by on this big fluffy brush. I'm just gonna over the edge. I'll kind of brighten up above the purple and blend the purple into my skin tone. That's looking pretty darn cute. Yeah, I don't think it's done, but I think it's done enough that we can go into that metallic-y looking green. That is called Deuces. And I'm using my Rephr number 2. Oh yeah. You know, sometimes a really good metallic is all I need. I like multi-chromes and knock your socks off special eyeshadows, but I have a giant appreciation for basic, good, shimmery metallic shades. So I'm just bringing that. Pupper's knocked something over. I'm just gonna bring that over to meet up with the matte purple. We'll of course work on the blend in a minute, but that looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this like faux cut crease or if I want to blend it. I'm sure you've noticed, but as I'm applying the eyeshadows, I raise my brows up pretty far. But I always check the shape when my face is relaxed, because whew, way different. And unless I'm going to walk around doing this, which admittedly I do kind of a lot, not the walking, but the eyebrow raising, it's not constant. So, okay. And the reason I do this is just to kind of make the skin a bit more taut and get into all of the nooks and crannies. And the reason I always make that face is because I spent 50 million years taking care of babies, and you really have to give them the whole, oh, good job face a lot. Okay, I am very, very happy with that. I'm gonna go back into the first brush in that first purple shade and just boop over the edge where the purple and the metallic-y green meet up, just to make sure they're blended together as good as I can. All right, I'm not going to add anything to the brush I applied the green with. I'm just going to swoop it over. Just little gentle movements. And then once more with the purple, not adding anything to it. I think I like that a lot. Okay, so now I want to go into the black. Just a little bit on my brush and just put that right here on like the outermost saggy corner of my eye, and then a little bit more and just kind of swoosh it out here. It's not going to be like a full-on wing, but just a hint of a wing and depth for when I remove the shadow shield. Okay, now I want to go back in with the first brush and a little bit more of that purple shade, just to make sure everything is blended. And then I think I will probably just continue to blend it up a tiny bit, and I'll go back in with that white neutrally shade. It wasn't white, but called K-By, and make sure everything is blended up here. Bring that purple in a little farther now that I know what I'm going for. I just love makeup so much. It's just fun. And super easy. Like, that's pretty much the eyes done. I do want to get a smaller brush for the K-By shade. Just grabbed a clean Refer 14 and go back over the edge. I may have to fuss out here a little bit more. Oh, maybe not. That's looking pretty good. And I'm going to very carefully and gently bring it in here. I will, of course, go in with, you know, concealer and a highlighting shade, but that is pretty much the gist of it. So for, what did Daxton say? For satisfaction, I'll take this off, and there it is. I think you'll be able to see better when I zoom you in, but you can definitely see a little of the black here, kind of doing a faux wing. So, all right, let me go do the rest of my face. Nope. Do my other eye, whack on the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and show you the look without and with lashes. Okay, I'll be back. All right, I'm back and the look is done except for lashes. So let me scoot you in for an up close at the eyes. Sans lashes. I'm going to quickly go back on the lashes and then I'll come back, show you the look up close again, and we'll chat and I'll tell you what's on my face and then we'll wrap this episode. All right, lashes are on. One more quick look. So that's the look with the F-Off palette. Why did I have to give it a name like that? You know what I mean? Like, it's a great palette, but I don't know. Are swear words always necessary? They are not. I 100% believe they are necessary some of the time, but not all the time. So I primed with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Powder Bomb thingy in shade 1, because that's what I have. My foundation is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation in the shade 25 Light Neutral. My concealer is the Juvia's Place one. I just think it's fantastic. My finishing powder is the Too Faced one that I put in that little palette to use up. Contour is the Sephora 02 Light to Medium. I think that's a great shade for me. If you're my color, that'll work. Bronzer is the LYS No Limits bronzer in the shade Harmony. Figured I'd reach for things that I haven't used in a minute. Blushes are not NYX. I reached in and grabbed the mini Paradise Venus from Pat McGrath and the shade Melba from MAC. I love this. I wanted something that was pretty neutral to go with this look, and I think these were the perfect choices. My finishing powder is the Sephora, and my highlight is this random ABH highlighter that is in my highlight drawer. I don't know, but it's pretty and I like it. My lip is a combination of this J-Cat lip liner in Puce and this L'Oreal Paris liquid lipstick in some shade that I definitely cannot see. So anyway, that wraps up this episode of Throwback Thursday. Done and dusted. Boy, howdy, 128 weeks. That's kind of awesome. All right, I am off to film the next video. Very nervous. You've already seen it. Hopefully it went well. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.